Hey, what's up, lab cats? Welcome to another formula. Today, we're making another body butter. I know it's summer and that means body butters will melt because it's hot out. But you know what? In the southern hemisphere, isn't it winter? So maybe this is for them. Also, I know a lot of you guys love body butters. They are some of my most popular formulas. So here we go. A strawberry matcha latte themed body butter. I feel like it ended up looking like watermelon, kind of. That's what a lot of you guys said on Instagram. But either way, that's summery too, isn't it? Anyway, ingredients we're going to be using. I'm going to use green tea butter. So this is actually a synthetic butter made with hydrogenated vegetable oil. It's essentially hydrogenated vegetable oil mixed with almond oil, mixed with green tea powder, and you get green tea butter. It smells amazing. It looks awesome. And it's part of the theme of this product, right? Anyway, the other butter I'm going to use is Kokum Butter because it's a pretty hard butter and green tea butter is soft. So I feel like the combination of the two is just like perfect. Then I'm going to use capric triglyceride because it's a really lightweight emollient and this goes really well with the heavier, more greasy butters. Also, I'm using arrowroot powder. This reduces the greasiness of the butters as well. Also, green tea extract, make sure it's oil soluble. This fits the theme of the matcha green tea, and it has antioxidants and claims to have anti-aging benefits as well. Also for fragrance, I'm using a matcha tea fragrance oil mixed with this Farmer's Market sweet strawberry fragrance oil. Both of these are from wholesalesuppliesplus.com. I'll link to them down below. And the combination of the two smells so good. I've been really obsessed with matcha lately, specifically strawberry matcha lattes. So, you know, the inspiration comes from that. But anyway, I'm also using vitamin E, which is an antioxidant, along with some green tea oil. I'm going to add this during the cool down phase, and I'm going to use this to blend with the mica powders for the colorings. You'll see how I do that later on. And also the green tea oil just fits the whole green tea story, of course. If you don't want to use all the green tea themed stuff, you can always switch them out for other ingredients if you want. But yeah, this is Lipid Fix. It's from lotioncrafter.com. Its inky name is hydrogenated vegetable oil. This is the ingredient you can use to actually make synthetic butters like the green tea butter. So if you don't want to buy the green tea butter, you can actually make it yourself. I've never done it myself, but Lotion Crafter, they do have the directions on how you can do this yourself if you want to. All right, so how I brought all these together, you want to make sure you have a sanitized bowl, add in your butters, your oil. I'm using capric triglyceride, but you can use a plant oil if you want. All right, now I'm going to create a water bath by filling a pan with a little bit of water, putting on medium heat and placing the bowl in and covering it to let it heat and melt everything down. You don't want anything to boil, so make sure you keep an eye on it and don't let it get too hot. Once everything is melted, you can remove from heat and give it a good mix, and then just cover it and place it in the refrigerator. At least that's the way that I like to do it. And once it starts to harden a bit, go ahead and mix it. And once it has, the best way I can describe it is it needs to have a little bit of a hard surface, so when you press it in, it sort of keeps its shape still. That's how you know it's perfect. Go ahead and blend it with a hand mixer. And it should look a little whipped and fluffy like that, but not too fluffy yet. And then this is when you can go ahead and add in your cool down ingredients. This is the fragrance oil, the vitamin E, the green tea oil, the arrowroot powder, but you want to make sure you leave enough green tea oil off to the side to mix with your mica powders. That is if you want to add colorants. And if you don't have arrowroot powder, you could use some cornstarch instead. That should have the same effect. And then go ahead and mix it and start whipping. And this is the time I decided to separate it into 3 separate bowls. And this is when I mixed the green tea oil with some titanium dioxide. I mixed some Garden Party from Mad Micas with some green tea oil. And I also used the colorant True Red from madmicas.com. And I mix, again, all of these with some green tea oil. And this is where I was like, okay, now I feel like it looks Christmassy. But again, everybody on Instagram said it ended up looking like watermelon. So I guess that's good. Anyway, just go ahead and add your colorants to each bowl. I made the smallest amount of butter. I colored that red because you only need a small amount of the red. And then I colored a little bit white for like the milky effect of the matcha latte. And then the rest I did a brighter green. And this is optional, but I put all of mine in piping bags. You really don't have to. I just did this. And then go ahead and fill your jars. Do just a small amount of red on the bottom. I kept making the mistake of doing way too much red on the bottom of the jars. This is the only one I did like a decent amount of red, but then I ended up doing too much of the light green. I wanted to color it white, but it ended up being light green. And I was like, whatever, I guess that works because it kind of looks matcha latte-ish, whatever. And then the last darker green, I should have made darker to look like matcha, but whatever. It still ended up looking cute in the end. And you know what? Maybe it is watermelon. Maybe it's a strawberry matcha latte. You tell me. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And let me know if you want to see more strawberry matcha latte themed products. Talk to you guys later, lab cats. So here's the exact formula I used. If you're new to formulating, you might be confused why there are percents. Well, you use the formula to create your batch size to weigh out each ingredient. So if you're making a 100-gram batch and you need 10% of an ingredient, you would weigh out 10 grams. So over on my Patreon, I actually have a Excel spreadsheet for the formulas I share here on my channel, and you can just type in your batch size and it recalculates the formula for you guys. I also have a video that breaks down exactly how you can do this yourself. That way you can just do it for free. And I have an entire Formulating for Beginners series that's free here on YouTube if you want to learn how to formulate. But of course, if you want to support me and my content and just get extra content, bonus formulas, go over to my Patreon. It's $5 a month and you get access to all the past content since 2019. So there's a lot of content over there. But yeah, if you want to learn more about formulating cosmetics, my channel is definitely where you want to be. There's so much content here. And again, like I said, there's an entire series that breaks down the entire process if you're new and you're confused. All right, thanks for watching, Lab Cats. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Also, don't forget to go over and check out my Patreon where I post 2 exclusive videos every single month. So there is a ton of videos you can go over and binge watch for only $5 a month. Also, if you don't have access to Patreon in your country, you can sign up as a YouTube member instead. If you sign up for the $10 tier on my Patreon, you get a shout out for your small business. I'll have all these brands linked below. naturesmagicllc.com. From Dusk Soapery on Etsy, LloydCandleCompany.com, HB Royal Retreat Store on Etsy, NaturesFarmGirl.com, Let's Blend LLC, at Stardust Bath and Body, HempyGirl.com, ShopLevi's.com, Owl and Lily over on Etsy, Skin Lounge Co. over on Etsy, BlackPetalBeauty.com, EmbraceBeautyEssentials.com, LegendaryBathAndBody.com, AstariApothecary.com, Reviga Cosmetics here on YouTube, XoreBB.com, PardoNaturals.com, NaturalStatesSkin.com, TheNatureInUs.ca, NearCatalier.com. Use the code on the screen for 20% off. EarthAndAmberNaturals.com, SharkCityNaturals.com, DayToRelaxProducts.shop, CrownedGloryLLC.com, LHScentedSoapsAndMore.com, JanaeRose.com, HealthNutBeauty on Etsy, VelvetTemptations.com, JourneyRoseBeauty.com, CHRBrands.com, Homestead Life Goods on Etsy, CanelaBathandBody.com, MadhouseMamaSoaps.com, XPO.com, Mystical Morning on Etsy, allthingsscent.net, snoota.square.site, 7th House and Oak on Etsy, and mycrownandglory.com. Thank you so much for you guys' support. Without you guys over on Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So thank you so much.